At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. You like these new headphones? Look like I'm talking to Apollo 17 with these freaking things on, but the little Bluetooth ones that you stick in your ear, man, I only use the right one half the time. I swear my ear is like permanently screwed up from wearing those Bose in-ear headphones. So no more. Got a special guest today. Huge launch of Volt. And right now we got a little red day in crypto. This is how it's going to be. You know, I don't think I hope we see those euphoric everything up days in crypto. But now I think we're controlled by institutions. I think we're going to be range bound and we're going to kind of just slowly go up and to the right, and different niches of the market are going to pump. But luckily we've been able, with all the hard work, the research, we found these ecosystems that have kind of detached from crypto and Pulse Chain and Titan X. And now is the time to bring the communities together. It's insane when I look on chain and, you know, Pulse Chain, been there day one, Hex, day one. And in that community, you know, on-chain evidence shows there's a lot of Titan X and Hex and Pulse Chain holders wallets. And it's the same thing, obviously, with Titan X holders. So the fact that we're all not getting along and all not coming together, bragging about we are the two best ecosystems in crypto, is something we got to start doing. You know, I was watching Scott Melker this morning, and he had his little Monday crew with Mike McGlone and these bears. And one of the guys started bringing up XRPs, like, you know, I'm seeing a lot about XRP, and you see Scott just starts like rolling his eyes immediately, and he just shits on it right away. So he's either that uninformed or something's going on where these guys are that biased. But I'm never going to lie to you here. Let's bring on my man, Steve Defi. Launched Volt 2 days ago. It's already popping off. What's up, brother?
Good, man. Doing fantastic. Yeah, it's been a really fun few days, and I'm more tired than usual, but it's been really, really good. And yeah, launch was smooth. It was destined to go off at 2 p.m. UTC, and that's what happened. It was coded in. And it was just really. I was actually more nervous when Pulse Chain launched. I remember when Pulse Chain launched, and I remember getting my Trezor, because I had a pingdom on the site when Pulse Chain launched. I put the pingdom on, and so I noticed. No, I was watching a stream with some of the influencers. I got the pingdom, the notification that the DNS of Pulse Chain was live before they said. So I ran to my computer and I was shaking. I was trying to put in my code on the Trezor, and then I kept making a mistake on the passphrase. And this was when Pulse Chain, I was trying to get into Pulse Chain really, really quick. So I was like shaking that. Do you remember the launch of Pulse Chain?
Dude, bro, I remember it, man, and I was not home. We were visiting some family, so I couldn't do anything for about almost 2 days, and I was so mad, bro, because by the time I was able to make the ratio trades, I mean, I was already, you know, I still did great, but day one, because the problem was a lot of people didn't have their Pulse Chain. They sacrificed for Pulse X, or they did something, so they didn't have anything for gas. So fortunately, I sacrificed for both. I was able to start ratio trading, but man, those early days, that's the opportunity. And when you're uncomfortable, you don't really know what's going on. That's the best time for opportunity to do stuff. You can get huge bags of stuff, and then you look back a year later and the prices they're at now, you can't believe it's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember I had quite a bit of USD just sitting around, and if I was a few minutes or seconds earlier, I would have got a way better because that ratio went down really quick.
Mhm.
The hex one, that wasn't too bad. That actually probably got a little bit better, and you had a few days. But I mean, being stuck away from your computer for those 2 days, that's the worst time. Because even the bridge, I remember the
It's
bridge.
tough.
I wasn't worried that my money was in the bridge because as soon as the bridge was live, I put everything I had. I was going to go into Pulse Chain, so I put it all across. I wasn't worried about it arriving. I just wanted it to arrive, and I stayed up the entire night, and I fell it with. I don't usually go to bed with my computer, but I put my bed. The computer was on my bed, and I fell asleep. And I was waiting for it to come, waiting for it to come, waiting for it. I fell asleep, thankfully, my wife actually woke me up, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Thank you so much for waking me up." It's like at 6 a.m, and I managed to just get a decent ratio too.
Dude,
With a
that's yeah,
yeah.
bro. It's like that was honestly like one of when I got back, I think I swapped like 100 million pulse chain, and I think it was like 400, it was around like 400 million pulse X ish. So it was like almost 4 to 1, if not more. And I rode that up and I swapped it back at like 1.8 to 1. So it was like, just moving from Pulse to Pulse X and then back from Pulse X to Pulse Chain, it left me with almost 350 million Pulse X. Just one ratio
Oh,
trade.
wow. So what do? You swapped from
So Pulse Chain on day one Pulse Chain got you about 4 Pulse X.
yeah, right.
So the 100 million I had 400 million ish Pulse X. And then as Pulse X climbed, I was able to swap back 181 million for my 100 million Pulse X or Pulse. So the difference there was like 230 million ish, I think was the number around there. Pulse
Wow.
X for free.
It was nuts. That was such a cool time, actually, that launch.
Hmm.
There was so much to play with. And with all these ERC20s and I remember buying Trust Swap because that seemed quite a good or Trust Swap really yeah, because
Yeah.
I did
Swap. That was
I
one
did
of the
some
first
interesting
ones.
yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
remember.
I did some interesting ratio trades on
Yep.
in them. That was like that's nuts. You have to really think outside the box and see. But in hindsight, you should the big trade was one of the good trades was just getting all the PDI. you know,
Dude, yes. Yeah, and but who would have thought, and I
who would
I
have thought?
remember I remember, a couple people, they, went and they swapped for USDC because they saw that their 30 million pulse was worth like,
Mm,
200,000 USDC, but it was
yeah.
the fork copy. So they ended up with like
Oh
200,
man.
200,000 of those USDC, but at the time, and then it went all the way back down to pretty much nothing. But if you had somehow just spent $20 and bought the bottom of DAI, Tether, or USDC, I mean, they're up hundreds of X's now from that bottom. So you would have ended up all right. But that nobody saw that coming. I mean, we were laughing last summer that who the hell would have thought a year or like 6 or 8 months after Pulse Chain launched, we're talking about stable coins. It's the most exciting thing right now. And that was true. Last August, it was
Yeah,
PDI and Atropa and
yeah,
Peganig and all that. It was so we were like, all right, this is either really bad that Pulse Chain has got to this level and we're desperate and we're talking about stable coins, or
yeah,
we have the most incredible thing going on in the history of crypto right in front of our eyes.
yeah. Right, right. I, and it's getting back to life. I see Pulse Chain. I mean,
Hmm.
it seems the last few weeks it's going back to life a little bit more. Uh,
Yeah, definitely, bro. Let me check out the PL. Was it plsburn.com? I think. Or no, it's gopulse.com. Jesus,
oh yeah,
bro, I haven't
yeah,
been on these sites for so long.
yeah, yeah. Me neither.
Hex, but Hex is pumped up nice, bro. I mean, Hex, I think, is up like 300% or something in
It
the
really
last
is,
couple
isn't it?
weeks. Like, that's how fast they move. Yeah.
So this is it, so Richard Hart's case is in a few weeks, yeah. So this is
Yep.
probably a response to that.
It got actually delayed. So Lindsay is going down. They're having like a little event down there in the city
Mm.
for it, and it was supposed to be, I think, the 24th and 25th, but his case got bumped back a week or so. So I think it's like the 30th or the 31st, if that's during the week. So and that kind of sucks because people are gonna have to go.
Hey, is that me? You lost your sound?
No, that was me. Hold on a second.
I do that
Some
all the time.
audio. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're loud. You're okay now. I can hear you okay.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know why the speaker sometimes resets. But yeah, bro. All right, let me say it's gonna be exciting, man. If there's like 100 people or more that actually go there and they packed a courtroom, like how often has somebody ever shown up for one of these little hearing things? And now we're gonna have, hundreds of people dressed up in suits and stuff there representing Richard. Like it's gonna be awesome.
Oh
Can you
yeah, that's
hear me?
going to be that's going to
Okay.
be that's going to be interesting. That's going to be a really interesting day. You say they're going to dress up as Richard, and
No. So who people that are coordinating it are telling people, like, if you're going, like, you have to wear a suit and tie. Like, don't wear a t-shirt,
okay,
dress
okay,
like
yeah.
we're you're, you're going to a courtroom. So that's gonna be great. If everyone's dressed
Oh,
nice, they look good here to support Richard. The price is going up. Like,
I
nobody's gotten hurt. It's gonna be
yeah.
really cool.
All right. So
Mhm.
it's a public, so anyone can go in the courtroom.
Exactly, yeah. So they're
Oh
gonna
wow.
pack it up, and typically, these hearings are just a couple attorneys with a judge. Like, the fact that there's gonna be hundreds of people here for this, like, that doesn't happen. So
Wow.
that immediately is gonna be like, okay, what is going on here? It will probably give them more reason to maybe dismiss it, but I don't know.
Wow, that's
That's,
interesting, that isn't it? I wonder how much influence that actually has on a positive note.
I mean, if you think if it's a judge that's been there doing this for 20 years, and maybe you get a couple people here and there, but this one case you get 100 or 200 people. That to me would kind of, make me uncomfortable,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
but
But
who knows?
Richard Hart doesn't have to be there. That's right.
Yeah, no, it's his attorneys.
Yeah, so Volt on day 3, it's a 10-day mint and this limited supply coin. It's cap supply so it's every day it's 10%. So we're on day 3, so 200 million has been distributed, and it's another 100 million every day. So, and it's very simple. Everything's very simple. The stats are simple, just simple stats. I mean, this is, yeah. Last time I was on your show, I didn't have the front end. And
Mhm.
yeah, so just about 4% of the circulating supply has been burnt, which is pretty cool. And the treasure vault that is what's going to, the treasure vault, it contains what will be used for future auctions. So
That right,
20% of it, yeah. It's
and
very
the auction
significant.
yep.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So instead that's
Yeah.
I like that. Instead of, because people are antsy in this, and people want shit instantly in crypto. So the fact that you're front loading that vault bought rebuy and the
Yeah.
auctions. And how often are the auctions again once the minting is up?
It's every day. So the
Okay.
auctions can, yeah, the distribution in the first 10 days is really just an opportunity to get in on the initial supply. And there's 10% a day, but after day 10, there's never going to be as much available in the auction. So if you like, it's almost a way to distribute the coins in a fair way. And this whole protocol will start with fairness because it's easy for liquidity pool to be botted. So what happened was I started with very low liquidity, just $5,000 paired with 5 million volt. So it's a very low liquidity, and it looked like to me that the bots were fighting against each other. I don't think I was telling people not to go into the liquidity pool because you're going to get a way better price, way more in the auctions. So the liquidity pool started very small, no need to enter, and way better price. I mean, way more you'll get in the auctions, taking place in auctions and starting in the liquidity pool on day one.
Yeah.
And so because 8% of the value of this protocol goes back into liquidity, day two, the liquidity was able to get more. Yeah. And if you scroll down,
Wow.
it's the sell side liquidity, which is thick. It's because yeah, there it is, 100K in the sell side. So this is another beautiful thing that I like about Vault is a focus on liquidity and liquidity bonding and liquidity growth, because every day the liquidity is going to grow. Somehow it's going to grow, whether it's in Titan X or with Dragon X and the other big coins. It's just going to grow. And so this distribution of coin is the most, it seems really, it's a really fair distribution, which I like. So instead of thinking you have to buy in the first minute of a launch in the liquidity pool, and you miss it by 2 minutes and you get a 10x, 100x higher price. This is not the case with Vault. You had 24 hours in the first day to participate, and then there's another 24 hours in the second. It's like the first 10 days is almost like a first buy of the liquidity, because that's all the coins, that's all the supply. So I really like this distribution model.
Bro, I like this too. That's what I got a lot of, not a lot, but people saying, how's this gonna work with only 5K in the initial LP? And that right there, this is a brilliant way. I totally forgot that a portion of every transaction there, it adds to that LP, right?
Yeah, basically 8% goes into the LP.
Yeah.
So
And
8%
so
of
now
the value
you
coming in
up
goes
to
to the LP.
204. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically 20x the LP in less than 2 or 3 days. So that's actually a really good learning lesson for anyone that's building in the future, that's worried about like sniper bots with LP or stuff. Just put something in the contract where 5% goes to LP, and you'll maybe 10x your liquidity in a couple days. Well, I guess you have to have a lot of people interested in the protocol, but that was a cool way, bro. I think that's gonna get a lot of people over that fear of future projects having smaller liquidities to launch. Because degens, they come in, these meme coin guys, these degens, they come in, they're like, oh, 5K liquidity, I'm out immediately. They can't sit and process shit. They're just on to the next degen opportunity. So once this starts to spread out and show, okay, you can start with a small amount of liquidity, it does not matter, and have 250K in less than 2.5 days. This is how you do it right here. I love it.
Yes, absolutely. And because even just starting with $1,000 of liquidity, sell side liquidity, you can easily just keep adding it in the future, and it just stops people getting wrecked because you can't stop bots. And I've had some bad experience with bots. When we launched Blaze, we had a bad experience with a bot. And so I just didn't want anything repeated with. I didn't want anyone, because it's awful. You put stuff in the liquidity pool, and the bots who aren't in the project for long term and aren't maybe not even part of the community, they're just searching for launches. They get a massive supply and they just drain your value. And they could be dumping for days and days and days and days, which is an absolute nightmare because it's just a value drain, and the protocol will pay in the long run. So I want
just getting stolen from the ecosystem.
Yes, absolutely. And
yeah,
go ahead.
So I was say a class of various trading methods. I honestly, I recommend not trading at all. Honestly, I don't trade one bit. I'll do like a ratio trade, like I was saying with Pulse and Pulse X, or like maybe something with Dragon X and Titan X here, where if we swapped some Titan X into Dragon X when we got our launch, our mints come on like August 4th or whatever. So like certain ratio trades, I think are very profitable and very beneficial. But as far as like leverage trading or anything like that, I stay away from all of it. I've never made a trade in my life, and that I just leave that up to this guy right here. Gugad he's the god of trading. If you want to put longs or shorts in, I don't know if he's got some kind of alien technology where he can just beat these market makers at their own game or what's going on. But I've never seen anybody that wins like he does. Like, honest to God, I don't know anybody but Gugad that trades and wins consistently. Like, yeah, he takes losses and stuff, but it's rare. He's winning more than he loses, and that just
Yeah.
doesn't happen. I don't know what he's doing. He's got the cheat codes or something, but it's trading. You don't win, bro. And I know it's for a fact when Rand Nooner, Crypto Banter, is the biggest trading channel out there in crypto. And the last week or so, he's been preaching, don't trade, don't leverage trade. You're going to get wrecked. Just don't trade. And it's like, wow, weren't you just telling everyone to trade? And your little Sheldon and your little butt buddies over here are getting everyone to leverage trade. You have trading shows all day, and you're here saying, oh, no, guys, I wouldn't trade. You're going to get wrecked. It's like, oh, okay. Wow, that's a little different from your message the last year and a half.
Yeah. I mean, you might win one day, but then you lose so much, and you got to pay so much attention to the chart. And it's way better to try find ways to buy your time back. Invest, don't trade.
Dude, then this is the one market where you don't have to force stuff. Crypto, this stuff, if you can just find stuff early and just wait, that's all you got to do. Like, I witnessed it. I've seen multiple friends of mine, people that I work with. I show the same stuff to everybody. If you had all 5 of your different friends call me, I didn't know they all knew each other, I promise you I would show all of them the same stuff, the same projects. Like, I do research, I show what I believe in only, and trying to move in and out, catch this, catch that. We are at the point where we're in the Dragon X chart here, we're down here in the overall sense of the market. Like, it doesn't matter your entry points, as long as you can just zoom out and step back and lengthen your time frames. You don't need to trade. You can just hodl, and hodlers win. This is the one market where you still have the advantage over almost everybody just by getting in early and knowing the technologies, the communities that are going to move, AI, gaming, real DeFi, the Titan, everything in Titan X. Like, you just have to be here and be early. That's it. And then hold. Pure and simple. There's no magic to it. It's simple if you can make it simple, or you can make it extremely hard and try to chase this candle and buy back the dip, and then 2x my bag so I can get into this other coin and on the dip. That's how you end up getting wrecked. And I did it to myself last cycle, and I learned. And if I had just sat back and just closed my computer down when I had most of my bags packed going into the bull run, once stuff started moving and going crazy, you start rotating, you get wrecked. And it's just not. It's so easy, crypto, if you can just buy and hold. It really is. Look at Dragon X. If you had just bought some, if you did miners, maxes, like we said on day one last year, you got your Titan X back. If you swapped 1 million Titan or 1 billion Titan X, you would have like 24 billion down at the bottom ish right now. So it really is that easy, just making 1 or 2 moves and letting time be your friend.
Yeah. I've got a link. I got a link for you to pull up. I'll put it in the private chat here. You can pull it up.
Okay.
It's just what you're saying. Let time be your friend. Buy in the right time. Ultimately, it's like buy in the bear, sell in the bull. It sounds easy because there's emotions in play, but this is for Bitcoin. This guy called Collins Talk Crypto, and if you scroll down, he has a chart which it's an amalgamation of multiple indicators, and it ends up with a number 65. But if you scroll down, you can see like in the past it hit the Bitcoin top every time and bottom. So when it gets to 100, it's near the top. When it gets to like 0, it's near the bottom. And this is over years. So I remember finding this in like 2021 or 2021, 22, but it was at 40, 45. I thought, wow, it's been up here, right? When we had the double top, and I thought I'm going to buy when it goes below 20, when it goes below 10, and I built an app which sent me a message when this went below 20 and then went below 10, and it did, and because everyone was thinking things were going to go up, and I thought I'm just going to. I don't want to buy around 45. I'm going to buy below 20, below 10. And it went below 20. I remember when it was at 3 and 2, I thought, wow, this is a really, really good time to buy. But it's just being the patient in the long time frames and buying at the right time, getting the timing right. It's too easy to ape in. It's too easy to ape in at when things are going up. It's one of my rules that not to ape in when things go up a lot.
Exactly, bro. And that's why I've literally been here the last like 4 years every day, like researching these projects that are going to be around in the future, the ones that are going to actually change the world. And it's not Bitcoin, it's not Ethereum, it's not Solana, it's none of this shit. Like I don't think Bitcoin is not going to hit 95K. I don't think 90K is going to be the top for Bitcoin. I'll call it right now.
Yeah.
Before Bitcoin runs up, there's going to be a problem with Tether. They're not going to let this Ponzi keep going. It can't happen. Once stablecoin legislation comes out, that's going to be the catalyst. And Ethereum too. If they bring up this ETH shit, and just in general, ETH is not the solution. It's going to be around, but they're being forced to be used right now. There's so much better technology out there, and once it's unleashed, it's gonna be a different market, man. In 8 months from now, I can't wait. Like, I know what's coming, and we're so lucky that we're isolated. Like, regardless of all that stuff that happens with Ripple or Hedera or Stellar and Vela, all these other coins, we have DeFi, we have Pulse Chain, we have the Titan X ecosystem that is going to be its own isolated bubble from all of crypto, and it's awesome. It feels so good to be in the right ecosystem at the right time. I mean, we now, how many projects? 12 that are up and running, and another 10 in the pipeline.
Yeah, it is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. What Titan X has done in DeFi and where it's going, where it's come from, where it is, and where it's going, it has an amazing past. The present is phenomenal with these projects, and it has really interesting catalysts and big financial capitalists like Day 369 when Dragon X gets that, when the Titan X staking payout happens, and deflation happens in November. It's like the Day 369 of Titan X was, I think it's October the 31st or the 1st of November, is a catalyst into deflation, and it pumps us.
We got 30 days, dude. So it literally, I think it's October 30th. I believe it's going to be.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I mean, what an amazing grassroots coin this is. Not big companies. It's just all the builders are grassroots. The founder is grassroots. One guy with a vision and an amazing vision that implemented it brilliantly. And Jake had a stream today, and he's talked about phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And phase 1 was the distribution, which has been done. Because basically the first 280 days are the distribution phase. Phase 2 is the builder phase, which is right now. They build on Titan X. It was coded into Titan X at the beginning. It's kind of the DNA of the protocol. It was really talked about from the beginning. And then phase 3 is the whole deflation in November, when that kicks in, because there's not many days left of inflation in Titan X. It's going to move very quickly into deflationary.
Is there stage 4 hyper deflation?
Oh man, what? Stage 4 is the party coin.
Oh, dude, I love it, bro. I love it. Dude, this is so, this is why someone was saying that we were late to our own stream. Yeah, DQ. We were late because, bro, we were talking about how to make the Titan party as good as possible, as many things, and like it's when I look and see the people that Pulse Shade OGs and these guys, and you look on chain, a lot of them are in Titan X, a lot of them are in Zen. We all own the same coins. Why can't we all just come out and all hang out together? We need to all be one giant army instead of us fighting against each other. And this is the way to do it with the Titan party. and we were just talking about how cool it would be to have like some kind of a conference where we had Jake was there and Eric from Dragon X and all the founders from the different projects in the ecosystem and influencers in the community. And if you held the coin, you could go there, you could meet them in person, have a
Yeah.
conference there where people were doing giving speeches, or we recorded them and streamed them out across the world, did interviews with people. Like that would be so cool. So this is what we're trying to dream up and make happen with the Titan party. And I want to get we need to do a good job of making it so people just don't think, oh, party, strippers, blow.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not
Yeah.
what this is. Like, yeah, we're gonna have a party after, but it's more gonna be focused on like a conference, bringing people together,
Mm.
networking, and all just being in the same room together.
Yeah. I mean, when we start talking about Titan Party, we get some amazing ideas, and the vision is brilliant. The next step is we're going to talk to Jake and get him on board and share the vision with him. So yeah, it's to bridge communities like that, because we all have the same badge. We all love DeFi, and we're all united in. I have a show called Unity in DeFi actually on Saturday night with Chiz and Justin. So yeah, we're all unified in DeFi, and we love the same things, and we love interacting with code on the blockchain. So bridging the community in a massive conference and a massive party is exciting. It's really exciting. And Jack Levin, communities, and Jack
Yeah.
Levin.
That would be so cool if we had like a conference where Jake, if he would come and he would speak, and all the different founders from the communities, and then we had the verse would show up and different streamers in the community, and then the holders of the coin. If you held a certain amount or whatever, you would have access to like a VIP part or whatever, where certain founders and influencers would be. I don't know how to set it up, but I'm just trying to think of ways to make it even just that's your access code. Holding some of the coin gets you there, something like that. I don't know exactly, but I just saw how good of a job Maddie did at putting the conferences together, how good of a time people had there. Nobody got in trouble. No one did dumb stuff. Like, people were truly there to like learn and network and meet each other and like just figure out how to just keep building stuff. And I feel like stuff happens when you're face to face in person. It's just different than being on stream and doing voice calls, stuff like that.
Yeah, it absolutely is, isn't it? It's a whole different thing. It's a whole different ball game, and it's an amazing way to market. It's an amazing way to market Titan X, Pulse Chain, DeFi, and learn. You learn so much when chatting in these events. I remember, I actually went to Bible college, and one of the things that were the best there was just chatting to the people. I learned more from chatting to the people, just chatting to friends,
Exactly.
friends, than any class.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
when you get together with like-minded people, you're chatting together. Yeah, you learn a lot.
So Volt will be on another Dex too? Question mark.
Only decentralized exchange, unless a centralized. It's on Uniswap. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
I'll just say Uniswap, and I don't know if there's anything. I mean, maybe I'm sure the MetaMask swapper you could probably use
yeah.
that too. But yeah, they're not going to be on any centralized exchanges, I would imagine. Just all the dexes, and who knows? There could be. I'd imagine there's going to be some kind of Dex type project that's going to be built on top of Titan X, so we can all just come to, instead of using Uniswap, like Titan Swap or whatever, where all the coins are there. I don't know. I just feel like that's inevitable.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. Oh well, there is farms coming, so there's going to be liquidity pairing. Full range liquidity is going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, it's inevitable. Oh yeah, there's
Yeah,
a bunch. I bet you there's so much that's coming that.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah. I
what
mean,
an
Titan
ecosystem
Farms
to
is
be in.
released by Eric from Dragon X, and
Mm.
are you familiar with it? With that?
I was listening to a little bit about it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
not that familiar with it, but Jake was. I know you. If you want to get involved with them, at least 30% of your liquidity has got to be with Titan X, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know the whole mechanics. I know it's going to be full range liquidity, and there's an incentive called Tink, I think, or something like that. I hit something in front of INC, and yeah, and it has a buy and burn in the INC. There's not much. I haven't heard much about it, but it's on its second audit right now. They got, and it's going to have a third audit too. So yeah, it's on the horizon.
Awesome, dude. That's good. That's cool. That's gonna be that's the stuff that is gonna bring whales into the ecosystem once these farms
Yeah,
can get. I mean, just seeing what you did with Volt, I mean, going from 5K to 244K with just that 8%. I mean, I'm sure other people came in and just added on once it got thicker, but
yeah,
man, what once if these farms get really big, like I think, oh, dude, at fact that it was a top 10 coin for so long. I mean, it's gonna start
yeah,
getting attention, bro. And we hold the
yeah,
conferences. Maybe we invite a guest or two from outside the community to come speak. You know, get someone like some Bitcoin maxi to come talk and
yeah,
just talk about
absolutely.
how awesome
Yeah,
Bitcoin is or
yeah,
something, and then everyone in
yeah.
the all of us could just laugh at them, being like, "Wow, how delusional are these guys? How little do they know about where these things are going?"
Oh man, yeah. I mean, it would be really great, and we talked. Even having like biohacking session, a health session. Um, if someone has a skill, they can teach us all about it, and
Yeah,
it would attract big businesses. Perhaps like Aerodrome, or I don't know, like some sort of business that want to launch something on Titan X in a decentralized way and reach this massive community. So
yeah. And even like people that are in the community, I'm sure there's holders. You know,
yeah,
I know right away. I think of Sandra Larson from the Pulse Chain
mm,
community with all the stuff she does with like healing and frequencies and
mm,
stuff. And I would love that. So if we could have little, yeah, I would, to bring people that are in the community that would come and want to teach a little side class or something, and then we could see if
yeah,
people say, yeah, I would go to that. We could have little almost like side events going on, you know, have like I'm just, you know, there's so much we could do, like whatever the most efficient, the best way and the most value, where people obviously you're going to be spending money to travel there to stay, you know, while you're there, you know, to bring the most value that we can, and have good speakers, really good people from the community, influencers, you know, that's what I envision, and I think just from my past experiences of how well the events have ran, and how much people were appreciative, and how many like
mm,
just I just think the Hex community of all the women. You know, the first time that
mm,
the ladies were in Vegas, Lindsay at the end of the show was like, you know, I'm gonna get all the women together. I'm gonna make this
mm,
happen. We're all gonna get a picture. And from like that picture of getting all the ladies together, it like spawned this whole group where now the Pulse Chain community has more women in it than any community in crypto. And it's all because we just took the initiative and we're like, you know what? Screw that. We're going to make a Pulse Chain for women in crypto. And like Lindsay and SJ and Georgia Carrera and all the ladies that were there back at that Excalibur conference, you know, just all of them saying, yeah, let's do this. Let's have the ladies. Look, 2 years later now, we have the most women in crypto, and that's all it takes. And the same thing could happen with Titan X
yeah,
and the Titan Party.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the ultimate marketing thing to have a community event, and it's a focus. It's unifying, it's connecting. Um, yeah, I don't know a better use of like a marketing
Oh,
thing.
dude, I cannot tell Lindsay that, Mello. I cannot tell her because that's like, yeah, she'll be there. She'll be the first one signing up.
Mello's great. Big shout out to Mello. He's a massive help involved. I speak to him every day, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah, Mello's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah,
Mel reached out with a couple weeks ago, set me up with Rudy, such a good dude too from
yeah,
Legend X
yeah,
and the
man.
Titan Legend NFTs. There's so many good people in this community, and like we need to all come together and celebrate our success. And I know initially some of the concerns are like, you know, you're going to be selling Titan X, you know, you're going to be getting potentially rid of this super valuable asset. well, in return, I better be getting something from it. And I think that's something I like personally feel responsible for. And I wouldn't like, I wouldn't, I'm cheap as hell with that type stuff. I wouldn't set it up where it wasn't worth the money, get the best place we can for the cheapest, like the way Maddie did it and just being like as frugal as possible. Like, I respect that. Like, it's blowing money on that stuff. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great for the while it lasts, but you look back on it now, it's like it was 2 years ago. If I spent $4,000 or 12 grand, does it matter now? No, but
Mm.
my bank account would show it.
Yeah, be good stewards, hey? That's so right. Yeah, be good stewards. That's not no need to blow everything on
Hmm.
all the stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, God, it's in the works. We're drafting up a white paper now. Like, ideas are coming. And I think this is something that if we can get the support of Jake, hopefully, and some other people in the community, that this would be awesome. I mean, he's becoming like a celebrity now in a sense. It's so cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is, isn't he?
Yeah. And all like just looking now at the YouTube chat, like David, like the little green um circles, man, they really stick out immediately. Like when I just look at the chat, it pops out immediately. And when you're on Twitter, everywhere, you just see the little green circles, and you just like, oh, all right, that's family right there.
Yeah. 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 And that's a brilliant marketing. Brilliant marketing. It stands
It
out
is.
to others. And yeah, yeah. I mean, Pulse Chain had something similar, but it wasn't as big. It never seems as big now. The Pulse Chain
Mm-mm,
circle.
mm-mm. They got there were so many problems with like the Twitter icons. People were losing accounts and stuff. Like they
Really?
really did not like. Yeah,
Whoa!
yeah.
Just by changing their profile to
Yeah, something was bad. Yeah, I don't know what they didn't like about it, but yeah,
oh
Jake
man,
did it right.
that was a
Jake did it
crazy time.
right.
I remember 2020. Like, I think like half my
TCG.
Twitter followers got banned. Like, I never tweeted anything back then. I just read, but half of them were getting banned. All of my favorite guys got banned. So I was so glad when Elon took over Twitter, because now I'm getting decent information from Twitter.
Appreciate you, Wookie. Early here, I don't know where you must be. Like, well, you must be out like Alaska or something, or Hawaii, because it's almost noon. Good morning. Appreciate you stopping in here. But, so yeah, dude, Volt is going awesome, man. Did it reach your expectations of the launch?
Oh,
Did it over
absolutely.
exceed
Yeah,
them?
yeah, I could say over exceeding my expectations. And I didn't really have didn't really put down expectations. I just wanted to launch this into the wild because I love the concept. I love the tokenomics. And releasing it like a wild ball, just seeing it run and seeing a vision come reality. I love seeing vision come reality. And that's massive satisfaction for me, that vision becoming a reality. So I'm glad to see this run, and I'm excited to watch the stats and see. For me, the stat pacing, just seeing how much is getting burnt, because the whole concept of Vault is so simple. It's just a massive buy and burn on steroids and a 10-day distribution, and that's basically it. And you add on to that a perpetual auction system because of the treasure vault. So the design of this has never been seen in DeFi ever before. And
Yeah.
so to see it running like is really satisfying. And I've used an example like a Lamborghini. Like you see a Lamborghini or any car and you can drive it and have a good time. And you know what to do. And that's like Volt. It's very simple. The auction's very simple. It's a 100,000, 10% a day distributed proportionally to the amount of Titan X. And that's it. Fair. But under the hood, when you lift up the Lamborghini engine and you're looking at the engine, you're like, oh, this is pretty in-depth engine. It's like Volt 2, like the Lamborghini engine, because you don't need to understand the mechanics, but the mechanics of how we have a perpetual auction system is so innovative in DeFi. I love it. I just love this concept of distribution and perpetual auction. So yeah, it participation kind of it exceeded my expectation, but satisfaction is the same because it's vision becoming reality.
Yeah. I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, I did a little bit on day 2. I totally forgot on day. I was so busy
Yeah, man.
on Saturday, so I did a little on day 2. So I'm thinking now, I'm like, all right, if what's gonna happen on the when the after day 10, I you want to almost have some liquid because 20% of that auction is going to come and the price has to go up day 11 at some point because of that insane buy pressure. And then do you want to sell because you have half of that coming out the next day? And I don't know. I can't wait to see how this plays out. I really think this is gonna
it's
lead to
really
some crazy stuff being built in the future.
yeah, it's really cool. And Jake said today on stream that he wants to build a deflationary coin which is bonded to deflationary assets in Titan X. And he mentioned Dragon X, he mentioned Inferno and Vault. He mentioned those 3. So it could be that Jake's going to use Vault as well as Dragon X and Inferno in his next protocol, which would be phenomenal. Because if a building block of a cap supply asset is one of the best things to build on and use because it can only go down, like Dragon X has. So I really was excited to hear Jake say that. Yeah, and coupled with that, there's some projects being built on Vault right now. Justin Rainman is building Lotus, which is going to have input of Titan X, but Vault is in the liquidity pool. So Vault is the liquidity pool with Lotus, which is really exciting because that's a whole buy and burn.
Oh man,
it's going to come to Vault.
I might have to. I was
Yeah.
thinking, man, I might have to market. I might want to market buy some Volt on like day 6 or 7, but it might. I don't even want to. It's almost like you have to split it up right now. If you're in the position you're thinking what to do, you almost have to save a little bit for the future, regardless if you want to do another or you want to wait to buy till day 11 or day I don't know. Maybe you market buy on day 10, right? But people are going to front run that because they know the auctions are coming. This is awesome, bro. This is really cool. In fact, you just did the 10-day mint so everything is out. Then you have the 20% of what's in the treasure vault coming every day.
Yes.
Which right now it's already more than the amount of 4% of the supply has been burnt. So that's already almost 6 or what? Dude, this is crazy, bro. I love it. This is going to lead to awesome stuff. I know it.
And
good job.
Yeah. Thanks, man. And a lot of tokenomics, we might have an experience of how it could play out because we looked at the past and see what happened. But with this distribution and tokenomics, it's never been done. So it's like, yeah, what is going to happen? But that's the game theory and the GameFi of crypto is that, we've got to try and figure things out and play the game.
So 21 people participated today.
So far,
and they put in so that's so the average person is doing almost 2 billion Titan X. That's okay. Wow,
yeah, that's right.
Okay, so then people, all right, so no one is going. Okay,
yeah, and the day ticks over at
21 hours,
10 p.m. Sorry, 10 a.m. EST. So it's only just turned over the day.
Yeah, I missed. I could have minted earlier. Oh well. Now the rate gets worse and worse and worse. So that's going to make people think, all right, I'm going to just wait. I'm going to market buy, but I think that's going to end up burning. I don't think that's going to be the play. I know it's not going to be.
Yeah,
so this is cool, bro.
Yeah, we can talk about it next time. Next time we speak, but I'm making this Vault wheel, which is the second part of Vault. It's like the yin and the yang. And I'm going to release it, all the tokenomics of that after the day 10. Just going to let it ride and then I'll release the Vault wheel information. And I've got some new things in the Vault wheel which have never been done before. It's completely innovative. It's kind of exciting stuff. So yeah, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that with you after day 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah. So, well, now we got another now that's perfect because that gives us another week or so to get the party stuff planned out, get
Yeah,
more of the right white paper written out
yeah.
because this has to be done right. And I think if it is done right, that it'll actually be a huge benefit for the community. Because like I just
Mm,
watched Crypto Banter's thing he did of Token 2049 in Singapore. Like he obviously had a film crew come and follow him everywhere and
yeah.
the interviews he did and just
Mm-mm.
having, obviously it wouldn't be that big, but if we could have something that was smaller where we could have people like, obviously we know people that are good with video and marketing and editing and stuff and just having interviews and just streaming what's going on live. Like I think it could be so beneficial to show the world like how good of people are in
Mm,
this community. We're all in this together. And like, just because right now, when I go outside of my little crypto bubble and I go talk to like normal friends and family, they're all like, dude, is all your crypto like going to zero? Richard Hart's got arrested and it's been used for criminals to fund wars. Like,
yeah.
are you okay? It's like, oh my God, I'm 100 more times bullish than I was last time I saw you. But on surface, it looks like it's 10 times worse. And I think if we could come out and just hit like crypto Twitter and stuff with all the green circles, with all of us showing, I don't know, bro, the conference, I think it could be huge. I really do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's gonna be it's gonna be fascinating if we can pull it off. And we got the devs, we got you, you just have to speak to Jake, and Jake, if we need Jake 100% on board, that's a green light to go
Yeah.
full speed.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I definitely would reach out to him if need be. I'm fortunate he sent me the white paper for Titan X early and was like, hey, let me know your honest opinion about it. So,
yes.
I've streamed with him, I think twice, but Jake, I think you're a little bit closer. So hopefully how to grease him up a little bit.
Yeah, he might be watching. He says he watches as many streamers as he can, but he
It's
usually
awesome.
so, yeah, yeah,
That's why he's an awesome founder, but you got to respect people like that because I'm sure it requires an astronomical amount of time just doing what he's doing with Hydra and God knows however many projects that he wants to
mm,
actually build. The fact he's
mm.
doing that and giving everyone else some love in the community, doesn't have to do that. And I know it makes people feel special, like when he comes into chats and they see they're like, holy shit, Jake's actually in here. And it's like
Yeah,
that's really
absolutely.
good. That's really cool of him.
Yeah, it is. It's a massive motivation when when he's in the chat and when he reaches out. And he sent me a image that I use as, when you put the URL in anywhere and the big image pops up. Yeah, he designed. I tried to design it, and I was just did it myself, and he didn't even ask. He didn't even mention it. Just sent me a really really good image that I use for marketing. So things he does is really encouraging a lot of people. Yeah, he
Hmm.
tweets your post. It's really encouraging. So yeah,
Exactly.
he's
It
yeah,
is. It is. So it is. People really are like, because people they're not used to that. Like you're just new to crypto and you're following these people and an actual founder retweets or likes you like that. That goes a long way with people.
yeah. It really does. It really does. Like when Richard Hart used to follow the guys before he unfollowed everyone. Everyone
Yeah.
was a bit
Yeah.
encouraged.
Yeah.
Oh, good
The
to see you,
Mo.
Mo.
Love
It's the Mo. Good to see you, man.
I definitely saw you and Chris stream the other day. TEDx. Appreciate you guys stopping
Good
in.
man.
Yeah, we got to do this, bro. This is like an inspiration to get all of us together
Yeah,
and in the same room, so we could all just have a blast together, just talk about all the stuff that's going on. Because just things when you're in person, man. I don't know, like you said, you learn
yeah,
more talking with other people than actually school. And it's so true. The networking and
Yeah.
just in person with people that you like and
Yeah.
respect, just magical stuff just happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know too many people in person that like crypto, but you go to a conference, everyone is going to be on the same boat and you got something in common there.
Yeah. Good stuff, bro. Well, we're almost at an hour here. Anything
Yeah.
else you
No,
got
man,
for
it's
today?
been, I appreciate you. It's great talking with you even before the call with the vision, and we'll continue brainstorming together about that. But yeah,
Yeah.
last word for me is check out Vault. It's on day 3 of the 10-day distribution. Check out the white paper, see if you like it. It's a lot of fun. It's very interesting mechanics. 10-day distribution, massive buy and burn on steroids, built on Titan X. So check it out. Go to vault.win. Yeah.
There we go. Volt.win. That's the one. I'm myself. I think I'm gonna just mine more because I just have a feeling if I wait till Dave, I'm gonna do 80% of what I have. I'm gonna actually mine today. I'm gonna save 20% to market buy at some point in the future when it feels right. But I think it's gonna probably be around day 5 or 6. But after that, I feel like people are gonna start front running that auction.
Yeah. It's going to be
It's gonna
interesting to
be
watch. The wild
awesome.
bull got
It
released.
is.
So let's see what happens.
It is, bro.
Big
Congrats, man.
thing.
This project, another successful project built on top of Titan X, and there's gonna be, I think hundreds more, God willing, that are coming. It's gonna be incredible. So if you're here now, you are in the right space.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, 91 of you in here right now. Thank you for stopping in. Definitely follow Steve, follow Volt, follow the Titan Party. Much more will definitely be coming soon. Hopefully, the white paper should be drafted with, I would say, a week or so. I think a lot of good stuff will be coming from that. So
Awesome.
we'll see you guys on the next one.